In the ultimate 1990s social distancing experiment, 8 travelers spent 2 years separated from the rest of the world, in a futuristic greenhouse meant to mimic a ship in space while still on planet Earth. On September 26, 1991, 4 men and 4 women, dressed in blue, said goodbye to friends, family, and dozens of television cameras as they walked behind closed doors to begin their adventure. Despite their Star Trek-looking costumes, the 8 travelers did not go into space, but instead isolated themselves from the outside world for 2 years in Biosphere 2, a glass and steel terrarium of 3 acres in the Arizona desert. "The future is here," said astronaut Jane Pointer as she entered the $150 million Ecolab and prototype planetary commune, which featured 3,800 species of plants and animals in 5 small biomes, including rainforests, oceans of coral reefs, swamps, and savanna desert. To test humanity's ability to live and thrive in space, the 8 Biosphereans hope to become completely self-sufficient by growing their food and recycling air, water, and waste. Although they can communicate with the world by email, phone, and fax for 2 years, there will be no physical contact with their loved ones. There will be no food or supply delivery, not even toilet paper. The idea for Biosphere 2 was conceptualized by synergists from San Francisco in 1967. Synergists were an offbeat group of ecologists that also considered themselves capitalist. They were creating systems that were intended to be both financially and environmentally sustainable. The synergists have done environmental projects from the jungles of Puerto Rico to the Australian outback, and even built their sailboats that went around the world. Their leader was the charismatic polymath John Allen, a Harvard MBA and metallurgist who wrote poems and short stories under the pseudonym Johnny Dolphin, and who, according to a 1994 Arizona Daily Star report, was described by those who knew him as a visionary and an abusive mind-controlling guru. Allen has refuted many of the allegations made by his critics and denied the newspaper allegations of group control in the Biosphere 2 experiment. If you are enjoying this video, please let us know by clicking the like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with friends. If you have info to add or video ideas, let us know by commenting below. Billionaire Edward Bass, the maverick son of an oil magnate and self-proclaimed ecopreneur, was among those drawn to Allen after visiting his Synergia company in New Mexico. With Allen's vision and Bass's money, the synergists built Biosphere 2 north of Tucson. Longtime comic member Mark Nelson was among the 8-person crew that entered Biosphere 2 in the fall of 1991. There's plenty of fun, but if you want privacy, you can hide in a lot of biomes, he said about his experience. The Biosphereans celebrated Thanksgiving with a chicken feast, baked squash, and sweet potato pie, and toasted the winter solstice with rice wine. The cloud cover during the winter contributed to poor harvests and low oxygen levels, making environmental researchers feel like they were at an altitude of 14,000 feet. Hummingbirds and bees died, as ants and cockroach populations began to flourish. The Biosphereans lost a lot of weight as long work days, oxygen exhaustion, and a low-calorie diet made even climbing a flight of stairs a difficult challenge. Those setbacks didn't help the team, which Nelson said was the hardest part of living in the bubble. Although Biosphereans became divided into groups, it did not affect their research. What usually happens in small groups is that without realizing it, they start to compromise their work, said Nelson. But that didn't happen because we all love the Biosphere 2. Lack of understanding has undermined the project. As scientists questioning the legitimacy of the Biosphere 2 experiment threw stones at the glass house, the public presentation of the project also suffered from a lack of understanding. 2 weeks after entering Biosphere 2, Pointer left for surgery after cutting his finger in a rice thresher. A few months later, he was found to have brought a gym bag full of equipment with him when he returned home. It was then revealed that food was stored for 3 months in Biosphere 2 before the experiment began, that it was ventilated, and that its doors were always open to bringing in things like seeds, plants, vitamins, and mouse traps. With this great work, the Biosphereans expected failure. So, you're experimenting and learning what you don't know, Nelson says. However, the media is eager to cover the business as a survivalist reality show. The film caught a lot of attention, but the nuance of what this group is trying to do, and the long-term vision is lost in this human experience that 8 people are locked in, and nothing can get in and out. Wolf said. Despite the challenges they faced, the 8 Biosphereans survived the 2 years they left Earth. However, the following group would not. Control of the Biosphere 2 turns to Steve Bannon. A few weeks after the new crew of 7 people entered Biosphere 2 on March 6, 1994, problems returned that plagued the first crew to enter the project. As the company's finances continued, Base placed the company in receivership and appointed investment manager Steve Bannon, who will be a key advisor to Donald Trump's presidential campaign in 2016, as the new president. Bannon insisted on the removal of Allen and other senior officials. Fearing for the safety of the new crew, Biosphere Prime's Abigail Alling and Mark Van Thillo entered Biosphere 2 before dawn on April 4, 1994, to warn of Bannon's involvement. "I think of the Biosphere as a state of emergency," Alling said. "I made a strong decision to end the experiment." Although Biosphere 2's staff decided to stay, they left 5 months after the business became a mess, and the project was inundated with swarms of lawsuits. Base presented the company to the University of Arizona in 2011, and research into the small project continues. The reality of what the endeavor was all about got lost in the shuffle. Nelson says, "This was to be the prototype for a space colony, and to judge it by whether it worked for 2 years isn't true to its purpose and trivializes the whole thing. Biosphere 2 is a 100-year project. We built it for the long-term investigation of fundamental processes underlying the Earth experience." If you are enjoying this video, please let us know by clicking the like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with friends. If you have info to add or video ideas, let us know by commenting below. Biosphere 2 2023 Virtual Tour, and what to expect when you visit. Biosphere 2 in Oracle, Arizona has reopened with a whole new experience for the whole family. They now have an app that functions well on both iPhones and Android. The Biosphere 2 app provides an interesting guide for you to explore the unbelievable science and compelling history of this truly unique biosphere. The University of Arizona now owns and operates this facility, and they offer everything you need to know about this inspiring exhibit. For over 30 years, Biosphere 2 has presented awe-inspiring experiments and history for the whole planet to enjoy. The tour will take 1.5 hours. This is an indoor and outdoor tour where you will walk about a mile and encounter 100 stairs going both up and down. The weather conditions in the biomes are tropical environments where temperatures can reach the high 90s. Visitors of Biosphere 2 report that reception is not the best inside the dome, so I would recommend downloading the app before visiting. Biosphere 2 does offer a public Wi-Fi connection. My recommendation would be to connect to their internal Wi-Fi, as most users report a great experience using the app once connected. It is also encouraged to use earbuds as the app has audio. There is a limited number of tickets sold daily. Once the limit has been met, you will need to select a different day to visit. Tickets must be pre-purchased online. Tickets can be purchased at biosphere2.org. Currently, as of January 2023, admission is $25 for adults and $15 for children. There are discounts for seniors, military, and UA students. Toddlers are free. There are guided tours available that will allow you to visit behind-the-scenes technology. These guided tours are about 30 minutes and include the lung tour. The lung is how Biosphere 2 regulates the air pressure and is a very cool experience. If you made it this far, please like our Biosphere 2 video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with all your friends that may be interested. Thanks for watching.